Have you ever tried collaborating with someone on a creative project only to find yourselves at odds over your visions? If so, you're not alone. Co-writing can be a great way to bring your ideas to life, but it's really important to navigate the challenges that come with it. So today I'm diving into the ins and outs of co-writing with someone, setting boundaries, and how to choose the right writing partner for your journey. Hi, and welcome back to a Screenwriter's Secret Diary podcast. I'm excited to have you here today. We're diving into the world of co-writing, and I feel like this is something that not many people talk about, but it's very essential because I know we all struggle with co-writers. But having a writing partner can be a game changer. So I'm going to tell you all the tips and tricks to make sure you have the right co-writing partner for a specific project. First off, let's talk about the importance of aligning your visions for the project. When you co-write, it's really important to ensure that both of you are on the same page. What's the story about? What themes do you want to explore? What do we want from the characters? Who is the target audience? Without a shared vision, you could easily end up pulling in different directions, leading to frustration and confusion. Take the time up front to discuss your ideas, your aspirations, inspirations, and goals for the project. Let's go. For me and my writing partner, for example, Lisette from Lisetta Productions, we have agreed over the years that we both are there to do justice to the story, not to fight over our ideas for the story. The story is number one priority for us, and we want to make sure it's as high quality as possible. We also make sure the character is as deep and realistic as possible. That's why we really when we're writing, it's just flowing. Next is finding the right match. Let's talk about personalities. Your writing partner's personality can significantly impact your creative process. It's really important to find someone whose working style and attitude complement yours. After all, you're going to spend a lot of time brainstorming, critiquing, and building this project together. You're going to spend hours, weeks, months, sometimes years. You want a partner who is supportive, open-minded, and ready to collaborate without ego battles. When you're sharing ideas, it's natural for the other person to challenge your thoughts or tear them apart. But if you're not ready for that, it can feel personal. So be sure to choose someone who values the story above all else, because ultimately that's what matters. And also make sure that you yourself can put your ego aside when it comes to discussing what's best for the story. Now let's talk about boundaries. Co-writing isn't just about sharing ideas, it's also about protecting your creative space. Establish clear boundaries regarding feedback, deadlines, and communication styles. This will help prevent misunderstandings and ensure that both parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts. Boundaries can also extend to your creative input. If there are certain elements of the story that are particularly important to you, communicate that to your writing partner. It's all about finding that balance where both writers feel heard and valued while still serving the story. Another thing is, sometimes it's important to take breaks and let things marinate. Especially for me, that's my boundary. I need to let things marinate. So my writing partner cannot be someone who wants to meet every day, every week, no matter what. I need that flexibility to take a break from the project. That is unless the co-writer is hiring me to co-write the project with them and they're paying me to write within a deadline. Then I will prioritize the project. Then I won't let things marinate. But even then, I tell them that I need a break. But if they can't afford a break due to a very professional and important deadline, it's okay. But also, if we can take a break, it's even better because we'll come back with a clear mind and see our mistakes. We will detach from the story for a little while. And when we come back, it'll be even stronger. So how to choose a co-writer and when it might be beneficial to get one. I've had 2 co-writers, each offering unique strengths to the projects we worked on together. For instance, with Lisetta Productions, I collaborated with Lisette a talented co-writer for a web series, and now we're writing an audio drama show. In this partnership, I took on the roles of co-writer and director, while she produced and starred in the show, and she was also the story by and co-writer of the entire thing. The key to our collaboration has been navigating our egos, essentially. So we had to learn to set aside personal pride to make the project happen. It's been beneficial because we're not relying on pitching to a producer. Another example is a TV pilot I wrote with an actress who had a brilliant idea. I chose her because her concept was incredible and she had connections in the industry. She chose me because I had the education and knowledge as a screenwriter. So we were almost like puzzle pieces. We were completing each other while writing this TV show. So when choosing a co-writer, look for someone who complements your skills and brings something valuable to the table. Consider their connections, ideas, and work ethic, and also ego. If you're seeing any ego in there, just step back or maybe have a talk about it. So, are you ready for the co-writing project? Take a moment to reflect before you dive into this. Co-writing can be an intense experience, especially if you're not prepared to share and have your ideas critiqued. It requires a certain vulnerability and a willingness to compromise for the greater good of the story. If you're someone who finds it hard to let go of your ideas or feel defensive when others critique your work, it might be worth considering that you're maybe not in the right place for a collaboration. The best co-writers embrace feedback and see it as an opportunity to enhance the story rather than making it into one ego fight. So overall, co-writing can be one of the most rewarding experiences in the creative process as long as you set yourself up for success. By aligning your vision, finding the right personality match, and establishing boundaries, you can create an environment that nurtures creativity and storytelling. Always remember, the story is more important than the individual ego. Okay, so stay focused on what you're trying to achieve together and let that guide your collaboration. Thank you so much for tuning into a Screenwriter's Secret Diary podcast. If you found these tips helpful, please comment, like, and subscribe. I share an episode every Wednesday, and I'll see you next time.